Okay, guys, welcome to Foreign Blood, Not Foreign Lies. Today, I'm going to talk about Queen Op and Dani. Now, hear me out on this philosophy, guys. Queen Op, we're going to start with you. I want you to understand, sweetie, people get put, I broke my nail, gosh darn it. People get put in your life for a season and a reason. It ain't up to us to figure out the season or the reason. But we have to respect the cause. Now, Dani, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know if you love Queen Op. I don't know if you're trying to get put on. I don't know what it is, but one thing I do know is you put time into that baby, and I don't care how old that baby is, there ain't no way you can't tell me you don't love her. Now, this is what I am gonna say. I'm sorry, Granny got cocoa butter on her face. Um, I don't like when people play with children. And what I mean by that, I don't mean in that derogatory way. If you mess with the children, you mess with the children. That's it. Nothing else, nothing more. If you love the kids, you love the kids. I'm gonna give you a prime example. It's no different when, let's say I'm dating a guy and I got kids already, and he comes in and plays stepdaddy. A lot of men, what they do when they move on, they no longer take care of their stepchildren that were their children at one time. And when they do that, that goes to show, and I'm not saying they got to pay for it financially, none of that. If you love a child, you love a child. If you're with the parent or not, you can love the child down the street. You could love the child that goes to school with, I mean, it does not have to be your blood-born child. So when you go getting into these relationships, if you don't plan on, this is what I can't stand. Don't go in there and play house. Don't do that. If you have to ask yourself as an adult, okay, this woman has children, or this man has children. This is what we should say as adults. We don't for some damn reason. But you have to ask yourself, do I really love this child? Can I love this child? Can I be in this child's life forever? It's not always necessarily about being a dad and being there every moment and being that. But how do you go from you love a child? This I know a lot of y'all fake. How do you go from loving a child and you doing everything? Now all of a sudden y'all break up and now you ain't taking care of the child no more. Or you ain't, it ain't, once again, it ain't about money. You ain't contacted that child or coming to see that child. That's how I know that you was just playing your role and doing what you had to do. Now, once again, anytime you get with a woman or a man that has children, this is what you're supposed to do. But we as adults, we have to ask ourselves, dang, am I going to continue to love this child? Or is this just something I'm doing right now? Is this just a right now thing? Or do I have true intentions on I'm going to take it, I'm going to be involved in this child's life, the rest of its life, to the best of my ability, even if it's just stopping by once a month or a phone call or, do I plan on being that person? It takes a village to raise a child, and it don't matter who lives in the village. Do you understand what I'm saying? It takes a village to raise a child, and it don't matter who the villagers are. It takes a village. It doesn't matter what child. So anytime you go to get into a relationship, I want to ask yourself this. Hey, is this just something I'm doing now? That ladies too, you go date men with children. Is this something I'm doing now? Or is this something I want to do forever? Because once again, it takes a village to raise a child. And I don't think it's right to play, I don't think it's right to play with children like that. If you're going to love a child, you should love a child unconditionally. If you're with the parent, not with the parent, once you get introduced to a child, you should love that child. If you put yourself in that position to love that child, love that child. Don't cut your love off because shit didn't work in all these other ways. So, Dani, I'm going to tell you this. We know that ain't your baby, but we know you love that baby. If you love that baby, be there for that baby. You guys can break up, you can do whatever you want. But if you're going to love that baby, Now I'm not saying you gotta love that baby every day like you was, or you can. And then once again, I would high five you for that, because once again, I'm sure that baby has a a touchy feely nurturing feel with you, because you have been mothering that baby, fathering that baby, whatever you consider it, you've been doing. So like I said, if you love that baby, love that baby. I don't care if Queen Op is messing with the baby's dad, the man down the street, or move the man in. If you're gonna love that baby, you love that baby. And that goes for any man, woman, child dating somebody that has a kid. Queen Up, the best thing you ever did was let Dani be there to help you take care of that child. Best thing you ever did. I high five for that. I ain't even mad at you, because that baby deserves love. It don't matter who it comes from. It don't even matter. Now, what I am gonna say, what I don't, uh, but I don't agree with, when I go online, I don't agree with it. And I see everybody pulling up her court records and all this other shit. Quit that. That ain't, listen, y'all do too much. There's nothing wrong with being content creators. There's nothing wrong with having all the up-to-date info, shit like that. But let me tell you something. What I want to know as an adult, what adult takes time to go research someone else? That don't even, to that extent. That, you know what that means? That means you ain't got no business of your own. If you have, because let me tell you something, you get the same exact paycheck and you ain't got to do that. Why does it matter to you when they go to court? That, or why does it matter what they've been arrested for? Or why are y'all paying bonds? Is y'all got money on the lawyers? I'm trying to figure it out. Is your content that dead? You got to dig up their address, call CPS. Is your content that, let Granny know. Is your content that dead that you got to do that? Who does that? Who does that? And Queen Op, now let me talk to you. What I need you to do, Queen Op, I need you to love every last one of them babies. Every last one of their babies. I don't care if they got one eye, one leg, light skin, dark skin, whatever it is. From this day on, we love every one of our babies. And that's period, because our babies deserve to be loved. And let me tell you this. It ain't even about being the best parent, because there's no such thing as anybody being the best parent. We all make mistakes. Granny makes mistakes every day, just like every other granny makes mistakes every day. We've just already made the mistakes you made. We've lived that part of our life, so we understand what that's about. Listen, love your children. Love your children. I don't care. Listen, I don't care where the baby came from. I don't care who the pappy is. You lay down, love your children. That's it. It doesn't matter if they have things wrong going on with them, health wise, mentally, whatever it is. Love your children. Your children deserve that. And something else I want to tell you, let your children remain children as long as possible. Don't push them into the streets. The streets don't need your children. They don't need your children. Remember that.